Nixie. Next door. Hi, Kerry. Oh, Kerry, you made it this morning. And Mish. Wow, nice to see you. And Karen, Bobby, Linda, Dina. Nice to see you. So, welcome everybody. It seems that I have been able to get both Facebook and Instagram working, which is always great. I ended up not having a day off today, but tomorrow I'm going to have a day off. And good morning, cute baby Sienna. Who is that? I'm imagining that it's somebody I know, but I'm not sure. Hi, Mans. Oh. Okay, hopefully the internet is okay. My internet at home has been a bit funny. Next, can you let me know? Is that all good? Looks like it's all good. Hi, Jordan and Hayley and Georgie. So tomorrow, Hayley from Hayley Dance Yoga handle is going to be running our meditation so I can have a morning off. And she is a dance professional. So at the end of the meditation, there's going to be a bit of a shakeout and so you can release some of the intensity of this period and just get some freedom happening in your body. So that will be lovely tomorrow. Yuting's back. Welcome. Welcome everybody. In terms of what's happening with us, next week we have the Deep Breathe, which is going to be live on Thursday night, and this is a breathing practice that gets you deep into your body and also works to awaken some vitality. And then on the Wednesday night before that, good morning, Chris. I know I was meant to be taking a break. It didn't quite work out, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. I'm going to have a bit of a worky day today, and then tomorrow it will be a day off. And I have Hayley from Hayley Dance Yoga covering for me. Hello from Boston. Oh my gosh, that makes me very excited. It is my day off, but I'm going to make tomorrow my day off. Thank you all for, I feel like you're all checking in on me. I have a few students like that. They're like, are you resting? Are you sleeping this period? Hi, Andy. So yes, Hayley is going to be covering for me tomorrow. She's a beautiful teacher and she's an incredible dance teacher. So yes, next week we're going to be running a full moon yoga ceremony, which you can do from Jacinta, hi, from your own home, which is, I mean, it is what it is right now, but I think it's pretty special to be able to create a sacred space at home, to get cozy. And I mean, all of these practices, as beautiful as they are to do in groups, there is also a sense that we need to learn to create the sacred on our own every day, and to be able to get up and do your practice on your own. And I think that this time is really good for us to drop into that discipline. So it's a smaller group today, but that's okay. I wanted to check in. My mum's here. Hi. I wanted to check in and see with everybody how you're feeling on a scale of kind of needing rest and feeling really creative. I just wanted to check in and see where everybody is at on that scale of like, I just don't feel like doing anything, I really need to rest, or I'm feeling hyper creative and I really want to start doing something. I would love to kind of see how everybody's at, because this is part of the teaching today. Needing rest. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Beck. You're 40 rest, 60 creative, feeling creative. Good morning, Nikki. Let me know how you're feeling in terms of needing rest and feeling creative. Jordan is feeling creative. Super creative, Mandy. Needing rest, please. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you do anything other than meditation. Carrie is needing rest. Somewhere in the middle. Yesterday, rest all day. Today, more creative. That's nice, Karen. Okay. Feel free to keep chiming in as I begin this teaching. So the way I run this practice is that we kind of start feeling amazing, creative juices flowing. That's great. Give myself rest yesterday. I was looking to build up creativity in the coming week. And I mean, okay, so we'll talk about, I want to start with this small teaching and then we'll move into the 10-minute meditation. So in yogic philosophy, we work with the idea of energies and deities in the universe. And I wanted to talk about the three primary ones from the masculine perspective that are Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. And we work with the mantra Aham Brahmasmi at the moment. Feeling sad all week and can't go back to the pottery wheel. Yuting, that is okay because we're going to touch on these three aspects of divinity. Now, in mythology, they're described as being whole people, feeling creative, but the body is tired. They're sort of anthropomorphized into beings, and perhaps in another epoch, in another yuga, as it's called, there were beings who are omnipotent and living eternally and in perfect health, unlike the way we are now. Perhaps, who knows? I'm not here to say that wasn't a reality, but for the most part, the way we can start to perceive deities is through energy, an energy that we experience in the universe and in ourselves. So if, from a yogic perspective, we kind of imagine that there is this all kind of creative power. In the West, we would have called it kind of God. It represents everything, the one creator. And even in yoga, they experience that one creative whole force, all that is powerful. From here, it starts to be divided. I think of it as these big umbrellas. It's my funny hand movements. There's divine feminine, there's divine masculine. And within that, there's a separation between this kind of all-encompassing energy. And then within the divine masculine and divine feminine, there is again this sort of division into different types of energy. And the kind of top tier, the top three within the divine masculine is Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. And Vishnu is the aspect in the universe and in ourselves which is life. So it is that power to be in life, it is life itself, and it is that kind of exponential feeling of growth. And in our world, in the West, Vishnu, this energy of Vishnu, the energy of constantly having to grow and be vital and be in the world, and this sustaining power is highly lauded. I mean, this is the way capitalism works. So everything has to be kind of growing, everything has to be sustained. Businesses work that way. Our whole economy, our entire world worked on this kind of premise. But from a yogic perspective, this kind of energy isn't an energy that lasts forever. So all of life is working in a cycle. And what happens at the end of this kind of Vishnu energy is death. And the death is represented by the word Shiva, Shiva energy. Shiva also means other things within the yogic and tantric tradition. But the energy of things being kind of cleared, cleansed, released, letting go, and basically dying. And this aspect of the universe and of ourselves is for a lot of people a big struggle. working with death is really a tough one to kind of get our heads around, because we're always encouraged to kind of be in these other phases of divinity or energy, for example, Vishnu. But the practitioner of yoga accepts Shiva as part of life and accepts that things need to die. And right now we are in a phase of death, of grief. What we are used to in our life has gone. And it takes some time for us to kind of get our heads around that experience of having to let go of everything, because we're not used to it. But they say that the yogi is fearless of death, and it's not that they're necessarily fearless of their own death, but they understand that there is this constant cycle, because what happens after death, so for example, if you're feeling right now, Yu-Ting, you were just saying, I can't get on the pottery wheel. Others are like, I just need rest. Take this time. There has to be some faith in this experience of death and letting go, like the setting sun. Because when we honor that period in our lives, what comes next in this cycle is creativity, Brahma energy. And from that creative energy, then it moves back into the sustaining energy, and then it moves back into the death energy, and then creative, sustaining, death. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are constantly working in cycle. And this cyclical nature of all of creation, it's actually quite obvious when we look at nature. So in the morning, the sun rises, there is the fullness of the day, and then there's the death of the sun. And the same goes for the night. The moon rises, it's in fullness throughout the night, and then in the morning it's gone. We're constantly seeing that in nature with plants and the seasons. And yet, because our entire culture economy has been built around the idea of only really being creative and always sustaining that creative growth, always expanding, it is really difficult for us to drop into and allow the experience of death and Shiva to be part of our lives. But the practice is here to say that it's okay, you can drop into that. You don't always have to be productive. But when you allow that death to be part of your existence, then you will experience the creativity again. So for those who are like, I'm never going to be creative, I am in a hole of depression and grief and I can't get on my pottery wheel, for example, it will come. Have faith that this cycle is constantly moving. And from a bigger perspective, from the yogic perspective, it's seen in terms of lifetimes. So there's the birth, your own birth, there's your life, and there is your death. And then it happens again. You are rebirthed. You have another life, and then you die again. You're welcome now. Okay, so I could keep talking. I turn it all into a yoga teacher training. I can't help myself. But like I said, if I talk too much, just do the little time thing. Cyan, come on, we just want to meditate. So let's move into this mantra, which is Aham Brahmasmi. So we are tapping into that potential that is coming. Maybe it's there for you now. Maybe it will be with you soon. But the creative potential is part of you. It's an energy that's yours. Okay, good. Thanks, Claire. Thanks, Patricia. So it's in the universe and it's part of you, and have faith that it's always there. It's always moving in cycle. And when we can really drop into the cyclical nature, we accept all of it, even the hard parts. So we will drop into the creative aspect of yourself through this Guru Mantra meditation. Don't stop waffling. That's a word my mum would use. All right, Jordan. Mum, don't worry, my mum's pretty harsh. She'll send me a message and say, you're waffling. Let's drop into a seated position. Oh, a few cracks there, don't mind me. Rest the eyes down, any seat, any lying position. Resting through the shoulders. Deep breaths in the nose, out of the mouth. And again, deep breath in the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Allow yourself to drop. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And we consciously move into a positive state of mind. We let go of all that is temporary, all that is mundane in our lives, all that will eventually die. We let go of it in this moment. All of the secondary thoughts, your daily worries and concerns, and allow your mind to step into a state that is elevated, that is sublime, that is divine, universal, the eternal aspect of your being. What is eternal? What is permanent in yourself and in the universe? Align with that. And from that elevated state that sees impermanence and rests in the eternal, we consecrate, perhaps palms facing up, offering up all of the karmic fruits of this practice to that greater power, perhaps Brahma, the creative energy of the universe. And then we wait for a response. You'll feel it from above. Take the hands to prayer. And 80 of us around the world will open with one round of Om when you're ready. Rest the hands. And we begin our Guru Mantra meditation. So please repeat after me, either out aloud or to yourself, the mantra. Aham Brahma Smi, S-M-I. Aham Brahma Smi. Aham Brahmasmi. Now we do this all together. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Now we make it a little quieter. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. And now turn this Guru Mantra into a whisper. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Let that whisper fade until the mantra is repeated internally. Aham Brahmasmi. A devotional kriya that has faith that you are all created. Aham Brahmasmi. Let it echo and vibrate through your whole body. And if you get distracted by thoughts, that's okay. There's an infinite capacity for the mind to expand. Draw it back into the mantra, kindly, compassionately. Aham Brahmasmi. Let it be your focus. And what a beautiful thing to focus on when you could focus on anything. But right now, you focus on that divine creative energy of the universe that lies within you. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. And for the final few moments of this meditation, really hone the dharana, the awareness, onto the mantra Aham Brahmasmi, as though this mantra were filling you completely, every cell. Aham Brahmasmi, holding you, surrounding you. And now we let that go. The yogi knows how to let go, release. And what happens when we fix the dharana on the mantra and then we let go of the mantra, the mind stays fixed. But on what? On the void, a moment of emptiness that is expansive and whole and preparing us for something else. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urdhvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshyamamritat. together we'll seal with the Shanti mantra, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we bow to all that exists within us, all that is creative, all that is sustaining, all that releases and lets go, to that we feel, that we know is within us, that we can accept and love and hold, that we see in those around us and those who have joined us this morning. To that aspect of our being, we bow and say, Namaste. Namaste to you all. Thanks, Prit. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that whatever this Saturday holds for you, you can accept this kind of state that you're in, even when it's a struggle, and when it's beautiful, and when it's creative and fun. It all changes. All of it changes. Thank you all. Thanks so much for joining me, for getting up on a Saturday. I really honor that part of you. You're welcome to join again, Nat. Best way to start the day, right? You know, it's not always easy to get on the mat, to tune in to this kind of work. It's easier to escape, and most of the world are. From one healthcare worker, oh Jess, good luck, you know, holding everything together for us all. Thanks, Maggie. Thanks, Kitty. So tomorrow, oh wow, the silver lining, your practice is stronger than it's ever been. I love that, Andy. Yeah, for some of us, it's like a lot of downtime to drop into that deepest aspect of yourself. Laying in your bed in chilly Melbourne as a nurse, it's one of your few days off. Oh, great. The rest you needed. And take that rest, really accept. Today is a Shiva day where you let go of the infinite need in the world. You're welcome, Yuting. So I will have a day off tomorrow, and my wonderful friend, and she's been a student of mine throughout the mentorship, Hayley Dance Yoga, will be running the Guru Mantra meditation tomorrow. So she worked with me for an entire year doing this work. So she is somebody that you can trust, and she is also a dance instructor and professional dancer. So the shake will no doubt be incredible, and she might get everyone into a bit of a dance. And I think that I'll probably join in, because I actually want to have a bit of a dance and a shake. So I might see you, but on the other side tomorrow. Hayley, yay. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you on the camera on Monday. Lots of love to you all.